Gist FM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip hop and Igbo culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Shkwekis. All right, Europe. It's also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia. Also available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Europe. Stick around for political views now on Ebona 103.5 FM. Further division is being created in Rivers State due to feud between the governor of the state, Governor Similai Fubara, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Chief Nyesom Wike. Good afternoon and welcome to Political Views on Ebona 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifan Shuku Ekeze. As a result of the feud in Rivers State, two groups emerged, one defending Governor Fubara and another defending Yeso Wike separately. One is a group of professionals which condemned the insults meted out at the person of Yeso Wike by Rivers State government. This group also declared support for the Martin Amewulu-led House of Assembly, and the other group, which is in support of Governor Simi Lai Fubara, is a group of media volunteers who called on Governor Fubara to stay focused in providing quality leadership. They also passed a vote of confidence on Governor Fubara. As well as they congratulated Oko Jumbo for emerging Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. A lot is happening in our political space. You will see that Rivers politics continue to attract media spotlight, but for the good reasons, which is also to define our democracy. I will bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this afternoon, immediately after this message. I'll be right back.
Receive the power of the Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost Adoration Ministry, UK, Anambra, Nigeria presents Pentecost Mass Crusade, 4 nights of outpouring the power of the Holy Ghost. Theme, Come, O Holy Spirit. Date, Wednesday 15th to Sunday 19th May 2024. Time, 10 p.m. till dawn daily. Venue, Holy Ghost Adoration Ground, Uke. Host and ministry, Reverend Father Emmanuel Obima Ebebemonso. It's going to be a visitation from above. Join live on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Father Ebebemonso, which is spelled as FADAEBUBEMUONSO. Bia Kangozi nke nduru wusa gị, bia ka ịnata mmụọ nsọ. Jesus is Lord forever.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu Ekezie as Anambra the First. Metal of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, or at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyi Chukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 08039167049 or your WhatsApp 08065796599.
A lot is happening on our political space. You're welcome back to Political Views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. As the feud between the governor of River State, Governor Similai Fubara, and the Minister of FCT, Yesun Wike, as the war of word, continue to linger, people are beginning to dictate the protagonist from the antagonist. As River State is now also a reference point for a lot of states in Nigeria when it comes to, what happens between the governor and the House of Assembly at the end of the day. A lot is happening, so let me bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this afternoon. The headlines. On our headlines this afternoon, INEC announces commencement of voter registration for Edo-Ondo election. Former PDP BOT member joins APC, regrets support for Obaseki. A transfer conduct of local government election to INEC, says Onibo. Police ban covering of vehicles, motorcycles, registration number plates in Benue. Tinubu presides over Federal Executive Council meeting. Electricity tariff, NLC, TUC, pickets Just Disco, NERC, TCN offices. PDP, Wike supporters talk tough. Appointees from my zone causing problems for Ebonyi government, says Mwifuru. EFCC to join forces with UK prosecutors in Desiani's case. Now, details. And the first story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views on Airborne at the 103.5 FM is INEC announces commencement of voter registration for Edo Ondo election. The Independent National Electoral Commission has announced the commencement of continuous voter registration for the Edo and Ondo state governorship elections. The Edo state governorship election will be held in the next 4 months on Saturday, September 21st, 2024. While the Ondo governorship election will be held in the next 6 months on Saturday, November 16, 2024. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu made this announcement on Monday during a consultative meeting with the political party leaders ahead of the state governorship elections. Yakubu disclosed that the CVR in Edo and Ondo states will take place simultaneously from Monday, May 27 to Wednesday, June 5th, from 9 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. daily, including the weekend. Yakubu noted that the CVR in the two states enables eligible citizens who are not registered voters to do so. He said those who are registered voters also have the opportunity to transfer their registration from other states of the Federation to Edo and Ondo states, or from one location to another within the two states. Let me reiterate that the CVR is only open to new registrants and those who seek to transfer their registration, Yakubu said. Still on the happenings on our political space this afternoon, the next story we have for you is former PDP BOT member joins APC, regrets support for Obaseki. A former member of the Board of Trustees of People Democratic Party in Edo State, Charles Idahosa, on Monday defected to the All Progressive Congress, saying he regretted supporting Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki for 4 years ago. Idahosa said his greatest regret is stopping Governor Godwin Obaseki from resigning in 2020 after he was frustrated out of the APC in his bid to seek a re-election on the party's platform. He announced his defection to the APC at his residence in Benin City. Edo State APC Secretary Lawrence Oka, former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Dr. Pius Udubu, Mr. Washington Osifo, and the member representing Orimoho Uhumode Federal Constituency, Billy Osawuru, and others witnessed his defection. The former Information Commissioner in Edo State said in 2020 the governor had cried to him over the ill treatment meted to him by his predecessor and national chairman of the APC, Adam Soshomole, and was considering resigning. Idahosa noted that Obaseki was on the verge of giving up to allow the APC to pick another governorship candidate, but Idahosa, encouraged him to keep hope alive, and he fought the battle for the governor to win his re-election. He, however, lamented that Obaseki utterances during the inauguration of the PDP campaign council for the 2024 election was heartless and uncomplimentary when he accused the defectors from PDP as having received huge sums of money from their defection. The former PDP BOT member said he dumped the PDP because of what he described as the damning deeds of the Obaseki-led administration in the last 4 years, while urging the Edo APC leadership to work in synergy ahead of the governorship election. Idahosa said that the greatest misfortune to befall the APC is for Obaseki to install a successor. The next story we have for you this afternoon: transfer conduct of local government election to INEC, says Onigbo. Chief Sam Onigbo, former member of House of Representatives, has called for the transfer of conduct of local government elections from the state electoral commissions to Independent National Electoral Commission. He said this on Monday in Abuja during an interview with newsmen as the National Assembly embarks on the review of 1999 Constitution, Onigbo represented Ikuano, Umuahia North, and the South Federal Constituency at the 9th National Assembly. Leading politicians and rights activists have been vocal about the need for the review to make local governments truly independent. They include former governors of Edo and Kaduna, Mr. Adams Oshomole and Malam Nasser El-Rufai, and Senator Shehu Sani. Newsman records that the Green Chamber on Monday, on February 26, inaugurated a 6-man committee on the review of the 1999 Constitution. House Speaker Mr. Tajuddin Abbas promised that the exercise would address the pitfalls of the Constitution currently in use, which was drafted at the twilight of the military era. Onibo said if INEC conducts local government elections, it will minimize the manipulations of the process by state governors whose parties will virtually win all available seats. It is the party at the government house that wins all the elections, so that is a problem. So I say that we have to take out state independent electoral commissions or let INEC conduct the elections so that we can have some balance, to have some competitive spirit, he told newsmen. He said the review should also make local governments to be truly autonomous in the discharge of its resources, including being in charge of its financial resources. The next story we have for you this afternoon, bordering on security, police ban covering of vehicles or motorcycles registration number plates in Benue. In a bid to curb the escalating security situation, the police command in Benue on Sunday ordered motorists and motorcyclists to stop covering their registration number plates. Still on the stories making rounds our political space this afternoon, in a bid to curb the escalating security situation, the police command in Benue on Sunday ordered motorists and motorcyclists to stop covering their registration numbers plates. The orders was contained in a statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Sewuse Anene in Makode. According to Anene, covering vehicle number plates was an offense and would be met with the appropriate sanctions. The practice of covering number plates has become increasingly prevalent in the state, and this is posing a significant security threat to the state, as criminals can take advantage of this practice to perpetrate crime and get away with it. Consequently, the Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, Hassan Habanet, has ordered all area commanders, tactical commanders, and divisional police officers to impound such vehicles for investigation and prosecution. Still on our political space this afternoon, Tinubu presides over Federal Executive Council meeting. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently presiding over the Federal Executive Council meeting at the council chambers of the State House, Abuja. The meeting, which commenced at around 12:50 p.m. on Monday, May 13th, is being attended by all cabinet members. The meeting began with the swearing in two federal commissioners of the National Population Commission and other matters arising in the meeting. You are tuned to Political Views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. And the next story we have for you this afternoon, electricity tariff, NLC, TUC, pickets Just Disco, NERC, TCN offices. The Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have prostrated the recent. Still on the stories making rounds our political space this afternoon. Electricity tariff, NLC, TUC, pickets Just Disco, NERC, TCN offices. The Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress have protested the recent increase in electricity tariff by the federal government. The labor unions on Monday morning converged at the entrance of the Jos Electricity Distribution Company covering the 4 franchise states, Bauchi, Benue, Plateau, and Gombe. The organized labor unions also shut down the offices of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission and the Transmission Company of Nigeria. The workers took to the streets over the ration of power supply among Nigerians and the 206.80 naira per kilowatt for band A consumers, coupled with the poor power supply. The NLC chairman in Bauchi, Comrade Dauda Shaibu, said that the union's SWC held a meeting in Abuja on 30th April and wrote to the discos to make an immediate reversal of the new tariff. Also, the joint NEC of the NLC and TUC wrote the same to them to reverse, and we issued a letter of which we are expecting them to reverse. Their failure to reverse it is the result of what we are implementing here this morning and across the nation. We have received reliable information that the JETCO office in Yewa is selling units. We are going there to stop that. Also speaking, the state chairman of TUC, Comrade Chaibu Barao Ningi, said it is a clarion call for all of us to stand resolute. We have started this struggle and there is no going back until the new tariff of electricity is reversed. We know how we are suffering, and everyone knows that Nigerians are facing hard times. Even with the increase, the supply is not there. Therefore, we are calling on the federal government to immediately reverse it. Otherwise, there is no going back. We will shut down the whole electricity supply system in this country, he said. Still on our political space this afternoon, PDP, Wike supporters talk tough. There is no let-up in the crisis rocking Rivers State as the camp of Governor Similai Fubara and that of former governor and incumbent FCT minister have continued to brandish their sword rather than shield it. Latest to join the fray is the elders and leaders of the state across political party lines who have called on the governor to halt any plan to tamper with structures at the House of Assembly quarters located on Aba Road in Port Harcourt. The elders, comprising past and present members of the National Assembly local government chairmen and opinion leaders, spoke when they visited the quarters to assess the condition of the buildings yesterday. Their intervention followed the recent visit of the governor to the facility and insinuations of a plan to renovate the estate, which currently houses the Chamber of House of Assembly. Martin Amawele, Speaker of former Governor Nyesom Wike, led lawmakers told the leaders that there was a grand plot by the governor to bring down the structures the same way he ordered the demolition of the House of Assembly complex located on Moscow Road to stop them from sitting. He said the structures were in excellent condition, fully functional, and occupied by the lawmakers and their family members. He condemned the way and manner the governor stormed the quarters, aided by thugs and armed policemen, alleging that Fubara broke the gate and allowed others to scale the fence. Amewele said the lawmakers never invited the governor to the quarters, adding that the estate remained the property of the River State House of Assembly. Addressing the elders, Amewele said, "Your visit is unusual. It shows that the good people of the state are concerned about what is happening. This facility is the facility of the River State House of Assembly. We have also brought in experts and engineers to assess the structure, and they said there is nothing wrong with the structures. They are fully in use and fully functional. All the experts confirmed to us that this building is one of the best in the entire West Africa. This complex was constructed by Wike and inaugurated in August 2022 by the current Chief of Staff to Mr. President, Femi Gbajabiamila. We are happy with the building and everything is working well," he stated. Still on our political space this afternoon, appointees from my zone causing problems for Ebonyi government, says Nwifuru. Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwifuru has chided appointees from his zone, saying they have performed below average and creating problems for his government. He noted that most of the commissioners from other zones were the pride of his administration, particularly the commissioners in charge of commerce and agriculture. Nwifuru said he will not interfere in the local government election in the state and noted that re-election of any serving chairman will be determined by acceptance from the people. Nwifuru stated during the meeting of the state chapter of the All Progressive Congress in Abakaliki that instead of using the media to publicize what he has done, he would rather use the money to build more infrastructure. According to him, if engage two media houses for live coverage and each charges 15 million naira for 2 hours, making it 30 million naira. If it is 4 hours, it will be 60 million naira. With 60 million naira, I will do more projects. He dispelled insinuations that his administration was slow in infrastructure development, adding that by May 2019 he will unfold his masterpiece. He thanked the people for their support since he became governor and assured them that his administration will remain focused. We started Virgin Roads and 13 kilometers have been concluded, and we have 632 km ongoing. When it comes to have human capital development, I will not talk about it, Nwifuru said. Last year, 29 May, the former governor said he was handing over to the person he tested and trusted. The world overwhelmed me. I analyzed it and I believe it. And I said we must have two industries. The recycling plants have been equipped with new machines, and as for today, the machines are working. The pipe production plant is also working, and we have said, let's keep it in the cooler. By 29 May, we will bust it, he stated. The next story we have for you this afternoon, EFCC to join forces with UK prosecutors in the Zianis case. There were indications at the weekend that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission will apply to a United Kingdom court as an interested party in the trial of a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Desiana Alison Madeke. A team of the Anti-Graft Commission is built for London to begin the process of filing papers as a party to the case. The EFCC may also avail the UK court of its findings and the forfeiture order of a high court in Abuja on the former minister's $2.5 million homes and cars. Diziana has been on trial in the Southwark Crown Court in the UK for an alleged £100,000 bribe. The National Crime Agency alleged that Diziana might have benefited from at least £100,000 in cash, chauffeur-driven cars, flights on private jets, luxury holidays for her family, and the use of multiple London properties. On October 2nd, 2023, a magistrate court granted bail to the ex-minister for £70,000 after deeming her a flight risk. The hearing of Diziana's case will begin in November 2025. According to a source, the EFCC is seeking to be an interested party in the case to enable Nigeria to have access to assets which may be seized from the ex-minister. According to a source, the EFCC is seeking to be an interested party in the case to enable Nigeria to have access to assets which may be seized from the ex-minister. The source said this country may not be able to retrieve questionable assets from Diziana if the EFCC does not file an application as an interested party. And the next story we have for you this afternoon: Tinubu vows to end gender-based violence and promote girls' education. President Bola Tinubu has pledged to continue working towards ending gender-based violence and increasing learning opportunities for girls in safe and conducive environment. Speaking at the launch of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, #WeAreEquals campaign in Nigeria, President Tinubu emphasized the importance of education in empowering girls and promoting gender equality. President Tinubu, who lauded the initiative of the OAFLAD for the campaign launch, noted that it had been successfully launched in 15 other African countries, adding that its launch focuses in Nigeria, titled "Education as a Powerful Tool for Change is Critical for Africa's Development. We must continue to create opportunities for all our children to access quality education without leaving anyone behind, particularly the girl child. We must engender a society where everyone has the same opportunities, regardless of who they are, because doing that leads to a stronger and more peaceful society for all," President Tinubu said. And lastly, on this edition, before you can call in and tell us what you think of all of this, is National Association of Nigerian Students condemns University of Abuja ASU strike. The national leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students has called for an end to the strike action by a section of the University of Abuja chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. In a statement by the national president of NANS, Comrade Lucky Emunefe, on Monday, the striking lecturers were urged to see reasons and resume work immediately. He said that it was saddening that ASU always ignores the interests and plights of Nigerian students and parents before opting for their actions. Emunefe noted that National Association of Nigerian Students will support the federal government and the University of Abuja management of our understanding and support should they take appropriate steps and measures to bring the infamous strike to an end. He said, "Our position is that gone are the days when staff of tertiary institutions, both teaching and non-teaching, would soon cavalierly down tools and refuse to work rather than dialogue and amicably resolve grievances. The lack of sensitivity and regard for students, parents, and the education system is unacceptable and unbecoming of an otherwise a union of intellectuals who should have known better. Strike actions is in our institutions only disrupt, derail, and destroy, but never address any problems. Just consider that between 2020 and 2023, the Nigerian university system has lost over 16 months to ASU strike. This is the height of insensitivity. There you have it. A lot is happening in our political space this afternoon. As you know, the former governor of Rivers State and the current minister of FCT, Yeson Wike, admits that he made a mistake in helping the current governor of Rivers State, Governor Similaye Fubara, to succeed him. At the end, he accepted that he made a mistake, but he also said that he will correct that mistake. And a lot of people are asking questions: how is he going to go about this issue of correcting the mistake itself? As some people, a section of Rivers people, are saying that Governor Fubara is not a mistake. Some of them equally said that he is a God sent for the state. A lot is happening in our political space this afternoon. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by joining us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. Send us SMS or WhatsApp messages on 00966611035. You can now call us on 07034459334. Let's hear from you right now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello? Yes, good afternoon, my brother. How are you doing?
No problem.
Okay, please, go on. Let's hear you.
What I want to say concerning our strike is that as they have just said, it's one of the highest sensitivity to apply by our electorate.
Okay.
They don't obey the law. Even when God says forth, they don't even obey what God says. And I am not happy about it.
Okay.
They are training our educational system.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Then
Even the lecturers, are they putting things in order? We are witnessing morality in higher institution, which is very bad.
okay.
In Igbo, we say, students are brought to you to teach them good things. Teachers, we are teaching them immorality.
So, but they are all of them are not involved in this, so we can't just yes. But the question there is, how do they go about getting a better welfare as workers, without going to strike? Okay.
Their poor performance, their inactivity. But the way they have aired in some areas, inside them, let them portion themselves, let them portion their members, let them penalize their members, let them look into those bad eggs within them. Yes, let them look into those bad eggs within them and correct them. I'm supposed to punish them so that their time will be clean.
Okay.
Those bad eggs are bringing bad eggs to the job. I don't like it. So in other way, as
Yes.
the problem, one of the things we have in the policy is God's paralysis.
Yes.
They want to get a wicked in the face. And as you want, they are finding to get a wicked. Those who help you to get on board, you are operating with them. Those who you left to get on board, you are operating with them. Get a wicked. Hey, my God, I'm laughing.
Okay.
Especially who is he as a troublesome somebody. Anywhere you go, it's not fair. It's not true.
Okay.
So the problem of you I to say, my perception, is the problem in university is caused by you to weaken. Let me regret it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, welcome, my brother. Keki man. We thank the Lord.
Yes.
Yabaniru.
Yes. Chris from Walaja, the Fuko of Man, I know about that law strike and that. Okuya Maka, a lot of cases, my life you go.
Okay.
One of that is Nancy the president, especially opening a malu the region of Asu embarking on 2022 strike. A malo that these people are follow up intellectual. Don't worry, farmer at all. You have to go because one cardinal point now that strike about there is people that they don't want to be segmented. Talking about IT people platform work there, they will malu how many people follow up a lecturer at each of the university.
Okay.
I see lecturers west about to be accounted. They don't want to be accounted for. They don't want government to know how many are there in this of the institution in Nigeria, which is telling you that these people are highly fraudulent. So if I strike in Benin, you at least you have to consider parents in close to stop a town or two. Think about your fear. There were many ways of doing this thing.
I'm in a kuya.
In our way, where is people? They open and put down 1 hour in life, like in the University of Abuja management. In the University of Abuja, current one, I have to book with. Let me leave the other one. One I'm going to get that. Management, get the leader of management, global leader of the management. BC is your member, part of you. BC is the member of party. So, what is big deal about dealing with your member? This is your member. What is big deal about dealing with him? Taking from his office.
The question here. The question is, strike if at the end of the day, how do they get better deals as workers without a just strike or two? Everybody now complaining that the strike can only achieve. We achieve or something at the end.
Yeah. This is member of us. This is your members, as union leaders. Take him from the office. Take him away. Lock his office. Deal with him. If you want to, let me not say physically, but treat his mess. He will open up. He will release what is true for you.
Maybe through court proceedings, right? That's what you're saying. Maybe through the court proceedings, right?
Not through court anything.
Okay.
He has his office in the university. Lock down his office. Block his office.
Okay.
All the members, they will block his office. He will not go in. He will not come in.
Just the way NLC is blocking the offices of TCN and all of that.
But some people they don't have that mental capacity to do union job.
Okay.
You as a union leader, you must be a person. You must be a no-nonsense person. You tell him, don't do this. If you do this, this is going to be the reaction. And you will carry that action to the letter. Not his office, take him away. You will not enter here. You will see him, you will do your business.
Okay.
They're talking about from APC.
Yes.
Now one that gone there before. The other day, he will not even talk about the authority and the work of Ebonian.
Okay.
Not to come and see after great thinking.
Yes.
This is the true leader.
Okay.
People that have to go and verify
Anyway, we are not here to contend with parties. Other parties and have Pharisees and all of that. But let's just focus on the matter. But thank you so much for joining us still. When you come back, I would like to hear from you what you think of what is going on, in River State. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me allow another person to come in. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening, my brother. Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah. Concerning strike, Abuja University.
Just tell us your name and location, then you proceed.
Congressman Anambra from Monitor.
Okay, please go on, sir.
Yeah. When strike.
Yeah.
Sometimes other about because of this is privileges of those electoral house members.
Okay.
But I don't strike now. I don't like we always to blame ourselves and the exempted government, those in government, about our predicament. You agree with me that now most brain has left Nigeria University and other sectors of the economy.
Okay.
As a result of even the political they don't want to better the life of the community, of the people of Nigeria, especially the working class. Because something underground, they put us out, they go have to the economy. Will have to be in there. Sometimes one of because of most of the universities, I can find out that in a way that there is no good people in the that people know how to work.
Okay.
The laboratory, there's a good process dilapidated. Only thought they are low life of an sometimes when I was at the cost of them both the lecturer, come on, no, at least it's not now wall. If you're a workman and they don't have tools to do that work, that work is only in a one and a half.
Okay.
So we were tools to go people be there about with tools, family,
okay.
But when you don't have the tools, people are not down. So let our people, sometimes people reason by critical reasoning by
yes. Well, yes, we can't get into all of that now. Basically, welfare but the major thing. Welfare, I know he mentioned the fact that na better working tools. Also, ni hana they protest most times. So no okay.
But then the people need to graduates that's making sure that the economy of the country is moving forward by producing those graduates. You know that absorb what to the economy. It's very good in the system of the country. You know that make people work. You know
now, you remember no students, upper students be here complain that the strike and this is too much. SUGs,
but today they are being compromised by that position that have not going to policy. Now the president of Nigeria is the fact that I'm on convoy with America. You know, people will also have a hold down of a boy. But it's very, very comfortable. You know, so I mean, one of our put them as president Nigeria to the university of government, you know, state government in university. They have presented them and spoiled them. So you don't have a who spoiled them, even though those Jamaica and they will have to have a
okay.
But you blame them. When I'm independent, when they corrupt one that system, all I have 4 points of any process that they have to them. But the president like Nigeria, we're not done it. So that Nigeria university students are not work no process that gets back governance or able to use the bank. But today, if they can also Nigeria university, but give them process. About the welfare of the
anyway, that one aside, yes, he make go your point, Nanka. Now, Labor Union is occupying most of electricity distribution companies all over the country today. What is your take on this? Are you in support of what they are doing when it comes to this?
occupy and they protest them.
Yes, they are occupying, preventing, workers getting into offices. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, people who work with just electricity distribution company, Yes, yes, they are doing it today. Anyway, I am wasting so much time for that one. And actually, I continue on that. I when waking up at Oh, thank you so much, my brother, for joining us. Yes, let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all that is going on in our political space this afternoon? What do you have to say? The numbers once again 07034 459334 or 07045592210. Hello. Okay. Gabani Rusa. And textbooks. Mana inafanya at the end of the day, okwa welfare fana they protest maybe na hana near Jelianya na if they should get a better welfare, these things are don't you think so? Okay. Dalo, thank you so much for joining us again. We need to hear from you. We're also talking about the fact that there a political crisis in River State, and some River stakeholders are saying that it is not political crisis. So what do you have to say about this? Hello.
Hello, good evening, my sir.
Yes, welcome, my brother.
Yeah, the month of this month, I went up.
Gabaniru.
In River State issue.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I really want to play Lord Lucas of River State. I said it.
Okay.
Let's first comment. But I want to tell you that Karma is coming. And the nemesis will catch you. No matter how you think that you are clever, you can't deceive people all the time, but sometimes. And it's of time to River State people to get up before one man will destroy them because of selfish interest. But I want to tell you again, there is time for everything.
Okay.
There is a time for everything. And evil cannot last. Evil cannot last. It's time. Nemesis is coming. And we can hear that you can't play Hitler and of Hitler all the time and succeed. So let him get ready for Karma. It's coming. Then for education, my brother.
Yeah.
And Emana, if I am not in Kokumaka, a man is under DSS today because it exposed many things. Also in Nigeria, I got 6 months, I was strike for 2 years. 3, I graduated, after I am an educated man. Sometimes they are in oscillator. People are flown up with me. It's telling them the reality on their face. So I had the envy of that man and jealous of that man because he says the truth. How are they going? Those people call themselves professors, engineers, or whatever offices they are claiming to be. So now you see, in terms of education, how my father, in universities of Nigeria, those call lecturers, my brother, Ekupeven and Nebama, and Sondayama, and I just only the good. Man, I my one time of that book, there is time for everything. So I get way any days to return to put announce. Only way through tonight in Nigeria will not stand. They are the day, Whenever truth, I'm after what is coming now because truth, I'm talking of to poor people. Very truth. Even the people are so one energy, one energy, all evil, overall truth. Truth is not manifest, people have no one energy. Many truth is coming to get up with the University of Nigeria. My brother, what if I in Ghana here? Then continue getting up on time and now occupy electricity office.
Yes.
If I'm mother, family, although I for Anja and all that. And what if I get a hungry man cannot be a freedom fighter? So their leader is a go na agree. When I go na go, I'm a papa to know Obodo. We are for Obodo. Also, all the those governors, if one around you, everywhere in Nigeria. I go na go, I go na go. So all na go. I'm not that would go to when I go on Obodo, we go on. There are police station everywhere. So they are hungry. I go na go. That's why it's when you can win here. For both security, all of us players, we keep this of like that because so many going in his life. So I go, we are there for fire and electricity offices near them. I want to go and I may say what I am tomorrow Tuesday, next tomorrow, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother. We need to hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Remember that we're also talking about EFCC, filing as persons of interest in the case against Biziana. What do you have to say about this? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome. Okay. Please go on, sir.
Yeah. You don't remember I know that.
Okay.
Like now, there is something that is going on the ground and Africa. You know, a man, you're not for me because of different generation.
Okay.
Then from there, people are obviously joining through through WhatsApp and rest of it, other media, in order to protest about their rights. Then the Nigerian parents, who say students in university, they don't want to do anything about what is going on in Nigeria university.
Okay.
So we're going to run background on the because Nigerian people, they go for that highway protest anything else now. So we're going to run how far did some of things? For example, my one of my in-law one professor Neko Okoye, 9th of my university. I think I know sometime when I was sitting now, but all the lecturers the better kind of by topic and email handouts and email
okay.
Like we now like a classmate can have a code down. And often put out public class.
Okay.
You cannot put in because people they may able tomorrow, they never had a time for me, but looking at what you get, two those people talking about way, their way out from the university. Then over that, going to the that is because of the way out to about the other. It's not very students tomorrow.
Yes.
But when you are going to fight all these things, you never know. That's why you want to maintain the power because all the policies of that you cannot walk your way and cannot pay hand out and still only go out for the part that you're going to say. Now, my passing. So that makes it because when you're at the advantage, we get another of law.
Okay.
You know, but just what that no will I call a lot of advantage. Definitely find it out. I will continue to that point.
Why?
Because even if you are going to be an officer, I will
okay. And the reason here we feel na ha man nabata bụ na ha nwere ike na-enejeli anya na onwe ka ọ bata party pa enwebekwa fracas otu esi enwekwa na party osi abi. Okay. It makes sense.
Politically, we get has gone. Politically, he has gone. Now, all of we get all of Uganda for you for just the opposite of you here. Because he cannot take executive power when compare a minister power. Minister is also an appointment. Uganda, and the thing,
Now, mana keta, enwego two factions. Enwego two factions of, you know, the house. Kedu nke ga-asị na onye bụ the, you know, authentic one now, or Oko, or Martin Amewolo. Okay. Mm.
Because on that, because when the crisis at EEDC, there is no crisis according to the constitutional constitution. No way with crisis the national money of EEDC. Any political party then they can defend to any party. But there is no crisis in EEDC and someone has defense. Now, so that they have to release their position. You know, they do INEC. INEC do otherwise by conducting first elections. Now, but the federal constituency. So now, all immediate disobedience to government.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, we can have time and the other opinion they will. You know, what they want to have people. Not more for what you get here. Definitely, okay, but it's a lot of time because it's lot of cover. Not run away for a lot of cover. Lot of cover is waiting for anybody. Many also to anyone. To anyone person. So I don't know people.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother. We need to hear from you. What do you have to say about all that is going on in our political space this evening? Hello.
Hello, Anambra.
Hey, one of my welcome.
Oh, how can I have a book and a mention it with my tobacco?
Gabaniru. Oh,
yeah, but I don't know how a fan strike about William. I wouldn't could you wouldn't have how. They will send us a power, who president, the world governor, all had to see the one whatever is in a work on a day. And okay, you and then on our table, I call him a Luyana. You didn't get support on when I call him a jaga. Then you allow us to catch you not to the left to and I know how you're the money. Or how I wonder, among Monday will kill the hand of that in Hannah didn't every day. I didn't never miss out the law. And if they brought our thing, they didn't know why you have to keep people.
Yes, mana mano ụmụ akwụkwọ na Ayofa ka akwụsịzịa nke nya like nke ASU University Abuja. More to education than that, you know, when it comes to that. Okay. Achọm ka itila ya ọnụ na n'ihe na-eme na Rivers State. Achọm ka itila ya ọnụ nwa bela n'ihe na-eme na Rivers State. Gọọmenti ga-continue na-alụ ọrụ na-aga. O nwere onye kwuru okwu si transfer. Yes, o nwere. Yes. O nwere onye kwuru okwu si transfer, you know, conduct of local government election to INEC directly. Go ahead na Abuja State gonna organize the election. It in support of that, can we make it achieve, you know, local government autonomy. Are you in support of that? Yeah. Okay. And thank you so much for joining us this evening, my sister. Dalo. Yes, let's hear from you right now. What do you have to say about all that is going on in our political space this evening? 07034 459334 or 07045 2210. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. You are calling us from where? Obosi, please go on, sir.
Local government election.
Yeah. Okay, Dalo, my brother, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, welcome, my brother.
Yes, good. Welcome.
Gabani Ruo.
Yes, I had a passionate about this about some people are commenting about it. In the 2022 strike, I wish to list all those demands of us now.
Okay.
And one of the two main points somewhere that place, which is in about overnight. Up to today, the same as this case of over. But if I were just strike, well, no, 9 months and not 8, almost 8 months. Till today, another 1 month without ID. Was young rule united that time. And their salary, I can salary, all our the other day, I got not 4 months out of it. If I can pay the business, we get that time.
Okay.
Then give one part of the increment of 170% increment to them. Add about 4 million Nigerians. Then we have to visit staff. We're not.
Non-teaching.
Understand?
Okay. I'm an infinite. My question. Big one again. My question, my brother. My question is, Kedo fa kahayesu want better welfare because I deserve better welfare. Don't you think so?
Yes, I just do Amaka. I'm with you and I if can that soon about strike, our management is about strike, of federal government, Kabuja, University of Abuja now.
Okay.
Management is about strike. Work management head, DC, cash. That's why I know that I am on a association of journalists. Yes, I go. Captain, who are going to be about one. Or what will police you? Is there a rule? When you spot our cars, they don't know why I can't. You cannot fight your own. You cannot get what your own is holding. Some of the federal government is already in attack. You want power to collect to get your VC, one of you. Him and of where they intelligence. It's important. You want them at the work of what the master. You need to be told what Abuja Theatre Hall. No rule of the now they will now. None of the gold is going to he's lamenting and they are lamenting now. In fact, he can take what people to do. Let me not waste too much time. This type of ticketing, and they NLC and trade union now. And you now play on all. Go to the shows, open on minister, open on minister of education. Go to his office, but get that office. You will not go in, you will not come out. It's the same thing. That paper will be taught. Nobody will shoot you if you are peaceful.
Okay, peaceful.
Don't throw stones. Don't throw your water. That's it. Don't be there. They will listen to you. But I think I need to know you let the person. You don't have to, as a student leader, you cannot do it. You don't need it all.
Okay.
You don't need an apple, somebody or that one at the office of the upper. In the India, they are all the look at man, I
okay.
This is you don't need a staff only. Let you go back to where they are. In the community, there are a lot of things in the other people. Somebody will open a university. My brother, I'm supporting that person.
Okay.
They can be sacked at any time by DC. So get this type of people who will fight for their members. They will always compromise. So for the strike after the option, go to the street. Do it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Come on, man, get it at 10. Come on, you put that president, more you put that DC, more that governor. Come on, both you with the president.
Okay, I like Kwanuki. Nga like itinye ọnụ n'ihe gbasara Deziana, the fact that EFCC na-seek Igbo interested party in the case to enable Nigeria have access to assets that NWKC is in Akia over there in UK. Are you in support of what EFCC is doing? Is it the right thing?
Deziana, because you know how they work your money or back to leave it behind. But I will only do Nigeria. I will do or what I know with the papa one for warrior. And I think Nana pattern of the one. The other I call out for I can go with the tower.
On a case already na eba anonymous case aka ha na-ekwu ka I involve offer. So nsogbu ka I ga-anabata ndị ọzọ maka na time anyị agbagotego yotago ịnachi atakwa will continue. Maybe we'll get it into Wike and the rest of them. Thank you so much for joining us again this evening. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all that is going on in our political space this evening? Hello. Yes. Good evening, my sister. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
We thank the Lord. Welcome. Please go on, ma.
This country. And that is how the politicians program it, that when they tell and then we thought we be confused. And that confusion actually into many of us. But we managed to get saying the truth and pointing out to this government that never want to do things the way they are supposed. That everything is in total response.
Okay.
Talking about pride, Mike, we know that pride is the last resort. Pride is the last resort.
Yeah, so you tell them to put off the radio set and continue because it's disrupting our conversation. Then you continue, please.
Let me go ask you.
Okay, please continue.
It's okay now.
Yes, it's all right now. Go on.
Yeah, what you're saying is pride is the last resort to solve problem in this country. Again, it is the language. Whoever is making that, or it is professional, federal government, or institutions. Before they embark on this strike, there must be a committee, there must be a meeting where things are being ironed out. In most cases, we are told that it is deadlocked, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because they start this strike. nobody, it's an enemy. You don't know one enemy. So they never solve any problem in this country. Even with the strike, man, like the people pointed out that they have to wait in 2020 or 2022 to achieve nothing. It's a lie.
Okay.
Then why should they not achieve something? Huh? Why should they not achieve anything? Eh? Why should they not achieve anything?
Okay.
The problem is brought to you in yourself in mind, and you look into it, and you see that problem begins. If you have the heart of God and the good way to serve your people, won't you solve it?
Yes, it is.
If they don't solve it, yeah, if you don't solve it, that means you don't take them under consideration.
Okay.
In Europe, it is the students only that bring government to their knees. But here, the students take any action on such, they will be shut down. I was in secondary school when the African students made me. I was in secondary school during Ango apply for school. You are aware of that.
Okay.
Because somebody pointed out there that students don't protest today. We watched on the TV how even there was a lady that was tying somewhere coming out from her bag. She was knocked down. As children we cried that time. There was a pressure by Kaduna Polytechnic to the police. They called it one runner that time. Kaduna. It was stressful. I think after that, they never allowed students again to protest. The government tied it up. They tied it up just like.
But you know, protest is supposed to be peaceful. So we don't know.
Because what they did to Anambra, what they did to Zaria, they still play so much. Yes, I cannot take a certain student, then we are trained to the police.
Okay. Now, NLC is taking some action now towards electricity, workers at the end of the day, shutting offices and all of that, demanding that some of these increments in electricity, tariff be reduced at the time. Do you see any, light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to this action that they are taking now?
Well, maybe there will, but in Nigeria case, we always know that they say this year. Before they do this, they rejected the increment,
Yeah.
So over a week, they were warning this to be the trade. If you go back to status quo, that this will happen, and they allow it to happen today.
Okay.
Is this the way to do? Is this the way to do? Some people will be blaming the labor. You see these labor leaders, they are very strong and they are trying. That one don't used to weaken NLC during his time. And sometimes the NLC will begin the big. I was surprised. They joined all of them this time. They are still something. But let me tell you, our government has failed totally. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes. Okay, welcome back. Continue, sir. Yeah.
My brother, if all these white people, they are coming. They'll get the money, they are committing more than what the white people are committed here in Nigeria. Martin, how many barrels of oil these people now in Nigeria now they account here? So welcome, but they know that NMPC now they were in the oil on Nigeria, they were vacant in Nigeria, and NMPC now they were to a worker.
But it does not mean that now Nigerians are all on an NMPC and all of that.
No, they're going to go the far.
It does not mean.
Any radio station or television or social media, now vacants in NMPC now are some workers there.
Obubekwa, my brother, please call us back. We need to hear from you before we begin to call it a day. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Welcome back, sir. Gabaniru.
Yeah, because I told you for Kumakadeja and Harris in Madeka. Yes, I thought you Kumakia Bona. Even on the people who could say, Yapuru. In as much as everybody in Anambra, people go to Nigeria. Make it a whole year. What are you from Catalonia? We don't get
But at the same time, in as much as I put a one a lot of room wine may go no. Okay. And another thing, but only case na Britain, na UK there, and non in case here, EFCC may declare and have an interested party. How only case? Dalo, my brother, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And now we have this message coming from Ogada Amarachi. We have this message coming from Ogada Amarachi joining us on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember that you can join us on Facebook at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Comrade from Anita.
Comrade, your name, Comrade.
Bala.
Bala. Okay, please go on, Comrade Bala.
Yeah. One night,
Design.
EEDC was very much interested about her. And EFCC are not Nigeria. How will you to Nigeria? They know them. I don't know why I'm going to in the same way by now. When I type about the Taiwan, we give over Nigeria, how do you to even all the government officials? For example, with Takima Road, we don't have a Takima Road. What do you have a Takima Road? People is walking about now, not even a Senate. Most of the senators, the government of the senators don't have Senate. What do you have about? One of them is most interested about doing the Lava.
And anyway, I believe on what.
So when you see because British government will part of the loop, that's part of the loop,
so Kazaka has policy and a jacket at the end of the day because of bribery. Okay. So even Mananka EFCC. Okay, Manka and Kuna, I walked their court at the end of the day.
sleep at any. Government can still okay, no problem.
By the time I was a pankia, I have a case where Bapankia at the end.
And remember, now, even ACC, what is ACC? All they are saying are forgetting.
Kese mano bonye
Nigeria. What are they going to do? Can you agree with me on that? So they are all looking at Nigerian economy. So EFCC is all over. So they don't know how to sleep, you know. You know, one of them is a local government chairman to the president of Nigeria. Nigeria, the way they go away. Not because of 20,000 naira for their account. But after Nigeria, I'm not just Nigeria, become a multi-trillionaire. So what are you EFCC doing?
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, my brother Dalo. When it comes to that one, but thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now we've gotten to the spot where we begin to call it a day on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It is, a matter of concern. Anything that has to do, with our political space, we must pay attention because, the happenings in the corridors of power affects you and me in one way or another. The happenings in our political, space will continue to unfold. So we'll do this again on the next episode that comes Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. till 11:30 a.m. Till we meet again, I am Martin. If I am Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Chukwu AKs. It's also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia. Also available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. All right.
Yes, me darling, let me feel like I love me falling, yeah. Then move up on the railing. Bad man, I turn you like a steering, yeah.